I think men form a very important pillar in society. They form the call it the main pillar in terms of when if you're building, if you're setting up a structure, they form the main pillar. Why? If men in a society are not upright standing, then the society struggles. It doesn't matter what everyone else in the society tries to do, but they're constantly pulled back. In any home, in any society where you see men actually focused, they have direction, they have a sense of purpose, you realize that the society seems to be organized, it seems to be well put together, everyone is happy, people are not afraid, they take on challenges because the men in that society have taken up and have taken the challenge that they should take. So I see men as being very important in society. Sadly, over the years, many of the men that went before did not quite take up the responsibility that was upon them. As a result, the women had to rise up and do something about it because society was falling apart. Things were not working the way they should. And so there was a need to fill that gap. Sadly, in the process of filling that gap, the man then got beaten down. And over time, we've so empowered the girl child and the woman that the man seems to be trying to figure out his place. There is a need to empower the men again and not really give them strength per se, but in terms of just encourage them to take their rightful place. The older men need to mentor the younger men. The younger men need to mentor the boys. And the boys need to begin to understand who they truly are and why they are in this space. Because men are the embodiment of the Godhead in society. And the moment they take up their rightful place, then society begins to find direction, to find a meaning, to feel safe, to feel focused, and to fulfill purpose. Everyone's journey is unique. The truth is, I actually see every man having been formed out of the journey they've taken. And each man has been set apart for a very specific purpose based on the things they've gone through and their role and impact in society. The moment a man realizes that the journey they're walking is building them towards a certain purpose, a certain focus, a certain place, then they began to embrace that journey. And the moment they embrace that journey, then they become stronger as opposed to weaker from the challenges that they face, from the winds that come against them, because they know there's something specific they're being prepared for. I have walked my own journey, and one of the things that I've found to be very interesting is that the moment I began to embrace my journey, I then began to see the opportunities that were coming against me, that were coming at me, as opposed to the challenges that I was facing. To say that today I'm not facing any challenges is to be lying, because today I'm still walking my journey at a different pace, yet still walking that journey. I'm not exactly where I'd want to be, but the truth of the matter is I am enjoying the space today. The moment I began to embrace my journey, I began to enjoy being who I am. Every man has to reach the place where he asks himself, what am I doing? And why am I doing it? Because that's the beginning of the realization of whether you're in the right place or not. Men, there's a race that we've been running. Sadly, that race was drawn for us. And many times it's a race answering the wrong question. It's a race to try and be someone that we are not. It's a race that was not meant for us. It was meant for someone else. Yet, men, today, you can pick the race that you're going to run. How about get off of the rat race and start living? What do I mean by that? I found myself trying to be someone that I was never meant to be, chasing that big car. Not that I don't like big cars anymore. I still want one. Mine is the V8 VX. However, is that all there is to life? While I'm chasing and looking forward to getting that vehicle, has my life stopped? Has that vehicle become all that my life is about? It is very easy to be looking for that amazing spouse, to be looking for that time when you just feel like you're resting. yet missing out on living every moment today. What have I chosen to do? To live every moment to the fullest. So today, if I'm with my daughter, I drop everything else and I spend time with my daughter. If I'm with my wife, I drop everything else and spend time with her. If I'm at work, then that's what I'm doing, okay? However, it's also important to note that I am making a difference, not just for me, but for someone else. There's a saying that I say, I am too much for me alone. God has put too much in you for just you. So don't live for yourself. Live to the fullest of your purpose. Notice other people. Notice what's happening around you. There's solutions waiting for you, Mr. Man, to fix them. What are you doing about it? Are you just sitting with your legs up, watching the TV and wondering and saying, well, I've done my bit, let someone else worry about that? Let me tell you a little bit of a secret. If your house is not comfortable, ask yourself what you're doing about it. If your job is not comfortable, ask yourself, what am I doing about it? I asked myself that question, and I am in MID today because I'm doing something about it. What are you doing?